Hi, this is Zaranski in ENME 272, section 0101 on Mondays, and I'm creating the exam 2 parts and assembly for the extra credit. So the first thing we got to do is go to New, Part, we're going to name this exam 2 part 1. So we're going to create the main body component first. And we're not using the photos. We're going to okay. Inches, we're using inches. This is modeled by me, Zaranski. And we're just going to say exam 2 part 1. Okay. So the first thing on this that we're going to do is we're going to create the blend feature. And so I'm going to use the top datum to do this. And so I'm going to go to Shapes, Blend, and I'm going to click Sections, Define, and I'm going to use the top datum. So this is the top datum. Click Sketch, Sketch View. And so we can see in this drawing that the cross sections are squares. And so I'm going to start at the top, and I'm going to have, let's see here, I'm going to have a center rectangle. And we're going to make this a rectangle, and we're going to dimension it to be 2 versus 2. So we're going to click OK. Then we're going to go to sections, and the offset value until we get to the next cross section is going to be 3.25 inches if we do the math. And so we're going to click Sketch, and we're going to do the same thing where we go to Center Rectangle, and in the center, and we're going to click that. And we're going to dimension this to be 1 versus 1. Okay, cool. So we did that, and so we're going to click OK. And so now we can see that this is beginning to do the blend. And so now we got to go to sections because we still have to do a third. So we have to insert a third section. So we insert a third section, and we defined the offset to be I think 2.75. Is that the right math here? Yeah, 2.75. So we define it to be 2.75 inches. We click Sketch, and let's bring this back to Sketch View so you can see what we're doing. So we go to Center Rectangle, we go to the center again, we make it like this, and click this to be 2. That should be the same as the first one, which it does line up. And then we click OK. And from there, we have our blend. So this is our bunch of blue logos. I'm going to check options just to make sure it's smooth, not straight. So it is smooth. And I'll click check mark. And we're in business for the blend. Okay. So the next part I'm going to do is I'm going to create the circular portions on the top and bottom of the blend feature. And so for this, I'm going to click the top of the blend, and I'm going to click Extrude. And from there, I'm going to click a circle, or actually I'm going to click Sketch View first, I'm sorry. And I'm going to click Hidden, No Hidden. So I have a circle, so I'm going to go right in the middle here and make a circle. And it says that the circle needs to be 5 inches in diameter, so I make it 5. And so there we go, we did that, so we're going to say OK. And then it also says on the detailed view at the bottom right corner of the drawing that the circle is 0.5 inches thick, so we're going to say 0.5 here. We're going to click OK. And just to check to make sure this is good, we're going to have some shading, and yep, that looks good. Okay, so we're going to say check mark. It also says that we need to round the edges of this shape. So we're going to go to round, and it says round to 0.25 inches. So when I do that, I can go and I can pick the edges like this. And I'm also going to pick the bottom edge because both edges are, oh, whoops, didn't mean to do that, so we're just going to exit out of yes. And we're going to go back to round 0.25. Be careful in selecting the edges. Oh, I just got out of it. There we go. Okay. So we do that, and we round both edges, and we click the check mark, and do that. All right, and then there's one last thing to do. We got to make the divot that kind of revolves around the circular portion. So I'm going to click this bottom surface, since it starts with the bottom surface. So I'm going to click this. I'm going to actually pick extrude, and do sketch view, and we're going to have no hidden. And then from here, I'm going to make two circles. So one circle is going to be here, and one circle is going to be here. And I'm going to dimension the bigger circle to be 4.5 inches. And I'm going to dimension the smaller circle, if I can click on it, 3.5 inches. And so once I do that, I'm going to click OK. And it's extruded only 0.25 inches. So I'm going to click 0.25, and we can see this in the detail drawing view. So I'm going to click enter. Then I'm going to click shading to make sure this is correct. And so you can see it comes out right now instead of going in. So we're just going to click this arrow, and it's going to reverse its way in. And that should be correct. So I'm going to click check mark. And there we go. That is the top circular portion. So now we're going to do the same thing except on the bottom. So I'm going to click this, extrude, sketch view, no hidden, and I'm going to click circle. I'm going to make this go like this, and I'm going to make this 5, check mark. Okay, I'm going to make it 0.5, enter, let's make sure this looks good. Looks good. Okay, so I'm going to click check mark here. After we do that, I'm going to click round, and the round is 0.25, so we're going to go here, click that edge, and we're going to click that edge. So there we go, we rounded both those, and then we're going to go to this surface, and we're going to click extrude, and sketch view, and no hidden. And from here, we're going to click circle, and we're going to make 2 circles again, where one is 4.5 and the other is 3.5. Click OK. And we need this to be 0.25 again. And we're going to click shading to make sure it looks correct. Oh, dang it. And no, that's the wrong way. So we're going to click this. 0.25. Inline. Top by 1, 2, 5. Should be right. Shading. Alright, why can't we see that? This, extrude, is we're going to have no hidden. And we're going to have 2 circles. So we have 2 circles there. And we're going to make one 3.5 and one 4.5. Enter. Okay. Okay, so that's there, which it should be, and this is supposed to be 0.25. It's supposed to go in like this. Yeah, that's right. Okay, I'm gonna click OK. Okay, so there we go. We have both are kind of the main part there, and that looks good, but we still have to do the inner revolve portion, and so I'm gonna go and do that right now. So here we go. So let's click on the front view and let's do revolve, and let's take it to sketch view, and we're gonna take this to no hidden. Okay, so the revolve starts at the absolute top, so it starts up here instead of right here, so you have to watch your dimensions. So if we click on line, well, first thing we gotta do is create a center line, so that will be right here. That, and we'll say designate axis of revolution. Okay, we're gonna click line, and we're gonna click this line, and we're gonna come out here, and we're going to dimension. So we're going to keep dimensioning these as we go. So this is going to be the diameter is 0.75, so this will be 0.75 here. If I could, yes. Okay. So then from here we're going to click line, and we're going to come to this line here, and we're going to go down here. I'm going to dimension this to be 2. It's going to be 0.5 because 0.5 is a circle, plus 2, and that will be 2.5. So we're going to make this 2.5. So that's like the first portion, the length that we need, and then it's the diameter gets smaller. So we're going to create another line here, and we're going to go here to, let's say like here, and we're gonna have this diameter to be 0.5, and so then we're gonna click line, click here, and we're gonna bring this down here, and this is gonna just be 2.5. So this is going to be 2.5. Click that. Okay. Now we got to click the line again, and this time it comes out. So we're going to come out here, and that is going to be a diameter of 1. So then we do that, click this line again, and create a line that's going to go all the way down here to this, and then we're going to come across here to this line, and then we should go all the way back up here. And then if I did that right, yep, it should be purple. And we'll click OK. And change. Yep, and it does it there. And so it goes all the way through, And we're going to click check mark. And there we go. So that should have the correct dimensions for the circular portion going all the way through. We have the circular divots in here. All the edges are rounded, and if I forgot something when I go to do the drawing, I can always come back and fix it. So we're going to push save, and I'm going to save it to desktop, or not, yeah, desktop, CAD. I'm actually going to create a new folder and say exam to extra credits. Okay, and I'm going to save the part in here. Okay, so now we want to go and do the drawing for it. So we're going to do file, new, drawing, exam 2 underscore part 1. I'm going to name the same thing, so it'll be a drawing file. And we're going to come here, empty with format, browse. Again, we're going to go to, we're going to use the format file that we have, click OK, and then here we are. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find the, we're going to do general view. Okay, click in here. We're going to want the front view, apply, and that should be right, I believe. And we're going to scale this to 0.375, so custom scale, 0.375, click enter, apply, and that should be good. Okay. I actually just realized that I forgot to sorry. Okay, yeah, I forgot to make the on the blend, so I'm gonna create a plane. So plane. Actually cancel. Yes. Alright, so plane, top, and where is it starting here? Yeah, it's starting right there. So if it's starting here at I guess I want this to be, so I'm plane at 0. Okay. Plane top. I want to plane at 3.25. Oop. 3.25. Okay. I also want to plane at 6. Okay, so I'm going to save that now. Alright, so now I'll go back to my drawing. And so what I'll do is I'll say we want no hidden paint. Get rid of these right now. And lock view movement. So I'm going to move this kind of right over here. This can come down here right now for right now. We also want this to be actually hidden lines, I guess, right now. Yeah, so there we are. So that matches up with that. And this looks good. So the first thing I want to make sure I get right here is just do the revolve view. So I'm going to click revolve view. I'm going to click the parent function. And I'm going to click the center point where I want this. So I'll say like right here. And so we got to create a new cross section. I'm just going to start from Z, Y, X because I feel like we're going to use other cross sections in here where we use A, B, and C. So I'm going to create new, planar single done, Z, check mark. We want to pick the plane. So I'm going to pick this one. Yep, that looks good. Apply. Okay. Okay, and we're going to do another revolve view. This parent function, we want it just right here again. And I'm going to say create new, done. It's going to be Y. This, and we're going to put DTM, datum 2. And we're going to click apply. And we're going to say okay. So that's the second revolve view. And then we're going to do the third revolve view. So click the parent function. Click where you want to line it up. So like right there. And we're going to say create new, planar single done, X, check, datum 3, apply, okay. So we can move this kind of right here, want this one right here. I'm trying to kind of line these up. Okay, well that's good. So we did that, so we have that portion now, and if we move this, so it should be good right there. And then, so now I'm gonna make projection view here, projection view, and this should be the top like that. And we'll have that right there. And then we're gonna need to make a detail view, so that's what we click on, detail view. And I want to make it kind of like right here. And I'm gonna, how's it doing here? This, this, this. Alright, kind of do that. Yep. Oh, and we can put it right here. Okay, so that's our detailed view right here. And we want the scale bigger, so we can go here and do, oops, sorry. Go here, properties, scale. I'll make this 1. Probably make it a little bit bigger. And click OK. So we have that now. And we'll bring this down here. Oops, I guess we can keep it up here. And then this all looks right because it has the good hidden line structure in there. That's what we were looking for. And now we need to actually go back and we need to go to this right here. And we actually have to make a cross section. So we're going to go to View Manager, Sections, New, Offset, we'll call it A. We're gonna go here, here, line, and we're gonna make this here. Looks good, okay. And we're gonna flip that. So we got this going on. We're gonna put the hatch on. So we have that, and that looks like what we need. So we're gonna click OK. And we're gonna click close here. And we're going to click save. Okay, so now we're going to go right back to our drawing. And we're going to click general view. Okay, and we're gonna put it right there. We're gonna go to sections, 2D plus 1A, apply, and that's the wrong way. Okay, no biggie. Okay, so we're gonna go here, here. Let's get this right here. What's it look like? That's really kind of opened up, so. It's kind of like this, I guess, about here. Yeah, so do this. View manager, let's do orient. Let's make a new one. Let's just say new view. Okay. Close, save. We're gonna go here. Here. Let's get rid of this. Delete. And we're gonna go to here. General view. Okay. Bam. New apply. Yeah, and then we're gonna go to sections 2D plus A, apply, and hopefully that works. Yep. Okay. Oh, and this has to be obviously a higher scale, so properties, scale 0.375, apply, okay. So that's that. This can get moved down a little bit. And now we can start kind of dimensioning things. Okay. So first, we're going to annotate dimension. I like to just dimension things kind of. So we're going to go control here to here. This should be 2. Yep. Oops, sorry. 2, then from here to here. This is 2.5, and then from here to here, this is 1.5. Okay, and then we can do from here to here. Now this is gonna be 0.5, and then we can come over here to these, and we'll say this is this is that, and we're actually going to fix this a little bit. So first thing we're going to do here is really you have to come out of, well, let's fix this first. So we're going to have dimension text. This is going to be 2 times 2. We're just going to say that, and we'll have that, and then cancel. Click on this, you want to flip the arrows, so flip. Let's go back to dimension. We're going to click on this circle, and it's giving us the radius. We don't want the radius, we want the diameter. So it gives us that. And I'm going to flip these arrows so I don't forget. Okay, cool. Dimension. This dimension text. So again, I'm just going to dimension text and just typing in after the dimension's already there, so I can add and basically just say that this is 1, this is 1 right here. I'm going to click this circle. Cancel. Dimension. And this again is in radius, so I'm going to change the diameter. Come here again. And meanwhile, while I'm doing this, I'm just kind of also checking that all my work is correct. And so far it is. And so dimension text, come over here, x 2.00 by 2.00. That's good. And I'm just going to click this right here. And again, so dimension. Dimension, click, there you go. And this is going to be in diameter again. And then we're going to push cancel here, and we're going to switch the arrows here, flip arrows. So all that is good. So then all those are taken care of now. And we can hop up over here if we want and do these. So we know that this right here, whoops. Alright, well, this one's is going to be 4.5. This one is going to be 5. And this one in here is going to be 3.5. And you can see here how all the arrows are in here. It's a little messy. And so what we're going to do is we're going to basically flip all the arrows. So flip arrow, flip arrow, flip arrow, and it shows now each circle and where the arrow's at. And then from there, we're going to go to the detail view. So we're going to dimension this. So I'm going to do control and click both these sides, and that gives us 0.50 here. I'll flip that in a second. And then we're going to do control and click both these here. And that's there. And then we're also going to click this right here, and that should give us our rounded portion, which it does, and that's there. So I'm going to click cancel here. This needs to be flip text. Yeah, I want it to be over there. And I don't know why. So now I want to fix all these now. Right there. And this kind of comes out. There. So we'll do that. This is good, this is good, this is good. Let me bring this over here. Kind of, because I don't want this getting in the way of this. Bring this detailed text box over here, kind of. Get out of the way. Okay, so that's good. Everything is labeled. Oh, and we have to flip these arrows. So make sure I did that for all of them. Make sure you're flipping the arrows. Good, good, good. These, good, good. Okay, and now we need center lines. So I'm going to go to back to the part. Actually, so I'm going to do axis, and I want to show these. So jeez, I can't hardly see any of these, to be honest. Top, front, top, Okay. Save axis. Axis. Alright, I don't know why I just added 4. Delete. Okay. Save. Come here. Now at axis, so we're going to go to show model annotations. For this, oh my goodness, that's a lot. And can't. That's not what we want. I did that wrong. Okay, cancel. Show model annotations for this guy. Apply. Cancel. Okay, so that looks good. So that's good for this one. And then if we go back here to this, how do we deactivate? Okay, so I want to do axis, and I want these, and we want the right and front. Okay, save. So we go back here, and we come to show model annotations, and we want to click on this view here. So hopefully, apply, and get rid of these. Yep, perfect. So that comes through there like that. And for this one, we're going to go to properties, visible area. I don't want to see the I'm going to go to no hidden. But then it does it for all of them. I don't want that. Hidden line. We're gonna go to properties, visible area, sections, view states, view display, market alignment, display. Hidden, apply, okay, and that's still didn't do it. Oh, no hidden. Apply. Yep, there we go. Okay, I just clicked on one. Alright, perfect. So then we got that, and that should complete the drawing. Oh, this is actually needs to be in the drawing. Actually, let me move this over then if that's. Well, I want this to be. What? Move this over here, and move this over here, and move this over here. and then I'm going to move this over closer to here, and that should leave me enough room for my detail A. And these can come over this way more. Give me some room. Perfect. I'm just going to move over more this way. Okay, so that's that. And then we're going to click on save. Exam 2 extra credit. And okay. So did that. So now we have this drawing of the part. Everything's right, everything's correct, so we have the right part. Now we have to go and create the helical sweep, the spring. So we're going to go to File, New, Part, Exam 2, Part 2, and we're not using that, so we're going to say OK, inches. This is modeled by Sean Zaranski. Oh, actually, cancel. We need to put this in. So this inch. Now we save it, and now we make a new part. Sorry about that. So exam 2, part 2, and we don't use this. Okay, and we use Sean Zaranski, and description is exam 2, part 2. Okay. Alright, so now we're in a new part. We're going to turn these datum planes back on, and now we got to do a helical sweep. So what we're going to do for this is we're going to go the sweep, click on the down arrow, click helical sweep. And we're going to click references, define, and we're going to want to use the front plane. And so I'm going to click sketch, and I'm going to go over here like this to sketch view. Right away, the first thing you have to do is create a center line, and so I'm going to create a center line right here, and I'm going to designate it as my axis of revolution. The next thing you have to do is create a line in direction of where you want your helical sweep to go, and I'm going to start outside the box, and I'm going to go from here to here. I'm going to click OK. I want my height or my diameter for this to be 4. I want the length to be 6, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So there, so my sweep's going to kind of come like around like this when I do it. And so I'm going to click OK. The pitch says it's 0.625, so I'm going to plug in the pitch and click enter. And then this little drawing arrow will come up to basically we got to create the sweep section now. And so we do that. And we come over here to where these dotted lines meet. And since our cross section is a square, I'm going to go from the rectangle, create center rectangle, come right here. And, or actually I'm not creating a center rectangle, I'm sorry. No. Okay, so I'm going to create a corner rectangle and come down right here, and I want to make this a rectangle that is 0.25 inches by 0.25 inches. Scroll and make sure that looks good. I'm going to click OK, and there it is. That should be what I want. That looks correct. And I'm going to click OK. And so that should be that. And so I'm going to click save. And click OK. And so now what I'm going to do is so now since I have this part, I'm going to create the assembly of the part. And so I'm going to go to New. Actually, before I do this, how about we just check to make sure that the drawing part. I'm just going to make sure the drawing is the same as the drawing on the test to make sure that my part's right so that it doesn't have any problems in the assembly. Spring open. Okay. So we come here and we're gonna do general view. Okay. Put it right here. I guess they made it 0.625 scale. 0.625, and we're gonna hit enter, apply. Oh, before we do that, we're gonna need a front view. Yep, okay. This is gonna be no hidden, or I don't know what I'm talking about, no hidden, bam. And then, so let's just check right away, so annotate dimension. Dimension is going to be so we're going to have from this to this. $6.25. Alright, so delete, so there we go. Alright, so that's 6. And since that's 6, and then actually I don't know why I'm just not doing show model annotations for this guy. 4, 6. There we go. Then we got the 0.25 by 0.25, which is correct. So, I mean, I don't have to do the detail view right now, and the pitch is 0.63, but that's because it's not specific enough, and I'd have to go and change that, but this is correct. And so I'm going to go to, I'm just going to save this. So this was just to basically check if okay, this was basically just to check to see if my part was right. And so now I'm going to go into the assembly. So in the assembly, I am going to go to assembly, obviously. I'm going to say exam 2 assembly. Use default template. No, we don't want that. So we're obviously using inches. Followed by Sean Zaranski. Description exam 2 underscore assembly. Okay. Now we're here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to say assemble, and I'm going to fix part 1 here, and I'm going to say fix, and I'm going to make the shading so it's fixed. Okay, so now we fixed the assembly, the part 1, and now we're going to basically open up the second part, and we're going to assemble it now this way. So we're going to have placement. So we want to select a component item. So this is going to be, is this the right? Yeah, so it's like the right, or the assembly item right. And this is top, this is right, that's right. Yeah, so I don't think it matters. So do here, do coincident. There we go. And we're gonna click check, and we're gonna have this. We can come right up here, and then we're gonna have new constraint, and we're gonna have this, constraints invalid. Okay, so on the test, what I did is I just basically moved this up to where it was supposed to be there, but you just had to basically line it up. I'm gonna check this, and so let's get this over here. And so this looks good like this. It's lined in together like this. Okay. So we're gonna go to. Alright, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna come here, and we're gonna basically we're going to open the open the part. So you open this part, and now we got to basically set parameters for it. So we're going to come to model intent, push parameters, and we're going to add parameters. So we're going to add here, we're going to add parts underscore number. It's not a real number, that's a string, and it's A-001. And I might change this to main body just so it lines up with main body. Check. And then we're gonna plus, and we're gonna need price. And this is a real number. And this is gonna be the price is gonna be $350. And we're gonna check here. And that's gonna be that. And so we're gonna click OK, save, and then we're gonna come back to our assembly right here, and we're gonna come to this part. We're gonna open the spring. We're gonna go to model intent parameters, and we're gonna go to this first. I'm gonna change this to spring. Plus, and then we're gonna say parts underscore number. This is gonna be a string, and this is gonna be A-002, and check. We're gonna do add one more, which is gonna be price. And this is gonna be a real number, and it's gonna be $15. Check. Okay. Save. And then we're gonna come back to the assembly. So basically what we just did, that's for our BOM for the next drawing portion. So we're gonna go to file. So obviously we come here to save. And that's in exam text credit, so okay. File, new, drawing, exam2 underscore assembly drawing. Don't want to use default, we want to use ours, so we're going to browse Here, VCO, desktop, this, spring. Okay. So we bring it to here. And when we bring it to here, we're basically gonna have this general view, and we're gonna click here. Actually, what I'm gonna do for this is I'm gonna go back to the, oh, whoops, didn't do that. I'm gonna go back to the assembly, and I'm gonna create a view to use, so I'm gonna come right here, and it's probably pretty close, like this. I'm gonna come to View Manager. I'm gonna go to Orient, New, Assembly, View. Okay, we're gonna click Close, Save. Make sure it saves. Okay, come back to the drawing. Come here, click General View. Okay, here we're gonna come to Assembly View, Apply. There we go. Okay, and we're gonna click Scale, Custom Scale, 0.625. Apply. Okay. This needs to be hidden lines. So wrong, no hidden lines. I don't know why I always do that. And select all of these, and we're gonna move this bad boy up. Bring this guy down here. Okay, cool. So from here, we have this ready to go, and we just need to create the BOM. So we're gonna click Table, Table, Insert Table. Go on the bottom right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We want 5 columns, 2 rows. Yeah, and then yeah, that's right. And then we're gonna click with an inch with number of characters. Let's just say, I don't know, like 6 or 7. Okay. And we want this right here, and we want 10.75 and 1.36, I believe. Okay, yep, it goes right there. Okay, so then we need to do repeat region, or actually no, we gotta type in all the, so we need to type in index index part number part name, oh, that was an extra space, name, price, and quantity. We can come down here. I'm gonna make this bigger. We're gonna come down here to general. We're gonna click on table column, and I'm gonna click on this. I'm gonna click on center, 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 center. I'm gonna click on this, and I'm gonna say width. I'm gonna make this 1 to like 9 or something. Okay, I'm gonna make this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna make this also 9. Make this 9. 9. Okay. Quantity needs to be 3. Yeah, because that's tight right there. Okay, and then this, what's this, so I'd make it 9. Probably not going to be enough to, yeah, okay, so I'll make this 10. with 10 with 10. Yeah, it's perfect. Okay, sounds good. So we're going to come back here. We're going to do general. So you flick back there. We're going to do repeat region. And we're going to click add. And here to here. Attributes. Here. We want no duplicates. Flat, beyond by part. Done. And then done. We click on here. So for index, what we want is report index. For here we want assembly MVR. I think I just clicked on user defined. Parts underscore number. Click. Part name, we want to go to assembly, or no, MVR name. For price, we're going to go to assembly, MVR, user defined, price. And for quantity, we want report quantity. And we will push update tables. And right there you can see that the tables are updated and they all look good. The only thing different with my table than the table on the test is that these right here are the file names I've created for my parts. So if I really wanted to, I could go back and rename the files, and it should update and be back to normal, which I'll see if I can go do that right now. This is part 1, so let me go file, save as. Let me just save it as, what was it, like main body? Yeah, so main body. Okay. Which I don't know if that worked or not, but if I went back and basically went to file, save as, that renames it. I wanna oh, this is user defined, so I have to go to, what is this? Description, cancel. Let me try this. So okay, hold on. So if can I delete this table? Just Press it yes. Oh. Alright, well, all these basically need to be deleted if I want to redo this. So delete, where's There we go. Okay. So let's just redo this. So I want to go to table, insert table, right over here. That's fine. Okay. We'll do this. 10.75 and 1.36. Okay. So we do that. We come here. We type in index. We type in part number. We type in part name. We type in price, and we type in quantity. We go general column here. We go to center. Oops. Cancel. Center. 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 Okay. And then here we're gonna go to width, and I think I was making 10. And then this is 10. 10. This is 3. Yep, okay, cool. So then we're going to go back to general. We're going to go to repeat region. We're going to click add. We're going to hold control. Do that there. Go to attributes and click the whole row. We have no duplicates. And we're going to done return. And done. And we're going to go and click over here. So index is a report. And that's going to be like that. Part number is a assembly MBR, and that's user defined. That's part number. Okay. And then part name, so we're looking at that. Mountain parameters. So this is I want to see what this says. Select parameter. Okay, I think it just says description. Oh, actually that was. Yeah, so part name. We're going to do assembly MBR user defined description. Okay, price assembly MBR user defined price, and quantity here is going to be report quantity. Yep, and there it works like that. So that's what you have to do. You just had to go back and user define it to name it like that. So there's our BOM. And then we want to create balloons. We create all, and that gives us the 2 parts. And so if we okay, we gotta move these. So this is in the right spot here, but this one we wanna, I could click on this. We wanna edit attachment. You want to do it like right here. Done. And we want to, what? Okay. I'm going to take this, yes, there we go. And move it over here. So that's just basically showing us that the first part here, the main body, is this part that goes through here. Second part is the spring that goes around. And that's that. And then we want to make sure that these are filled dots. Whoops, I just clicked that. I need to click this and fill the dot here. that looks good. That's everything there. This looks good here. Everything matches up exactly right. So we're going to click save, and we're going to click OK, and then we're going to add a sheet here. Oh, actually, we're going to go back to the assembly. Yep. We're going to go back to the assembly, and we're going to click View Manager, and we're going to click Explode. We're going to click New, and we're going to click Explode. We're going to go to Properties, and basically we're just going to click this and have it come out like right here. And let's just kind of center this. Yep, it's going to come out right like that. And we're going to click OK. We're going to go back to list. We're going to go to Edit, Save, OK, Close, and Save. That clicked. Okay. So now we're going to go back to the drawing. We're going to add a sheet. We're going to go here, General View, OK, bam, and we're going to go to View States, and we're going to click Explode Components, and we have our view there, Explode, and it's all messed up, so we're going to go back to here. We're going to click View Manager, grab Orient, New, Explode View, Close, Save, come here, we're going to go back to this drawing, we're going to delete this drawing, and we're going to click General View, OK, here. First thing we're going to do is go to Explode View, Apply, we're going to go to then View States, and then hopefully this will work, Apply, yep, perfect, OK. And we're going to do properties. I forgot to do the scale. The scale is 0.5 inches. 0.5 inches. Apply. Okay. We can move this up. Oops. Up a little. It's 0.500. I'll move it down here. The reason I'm not putting any units in this drawing, the last drawing, because in the exam drawings there were no units in there, so I didn't put any in here for this. But that's everything. This is just an explode view, so I'm going to click save again. So I have this. It came to my attention, I was doing this, that in my drawing here I forgot to fill in the arrows, so I'm going to go to drawing properties. I'm going to go to detail options, and we're going to down here, and we're going to do arrow style, and we're going to make these filled. Add, change, apply, close, close, and once I push paint, all the arrows become filled, and that should be good too. Okay, so now